सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Yeah. Sarvabhutasthamatmanam. Number 10.
Yes.
Sarvabhutasthamatmanam.
Sarvabhutastamatmanam.
Sarvabhutani chatmani.
Sarvabhutani chatmani.
Sampashyan brahma paramam.
Sampashyan brahma paramam.
Yati nanyena hetuna.
Yati nanyena hetuna.
Atmanamaranim krutva.
Atmanam aranim krutva.
Pranavam chottaraaranim.
Pranavam chottaraaranim.
Jnana nirmathanabhyasat.
Jnana nirmathanabhyasat.
Pasham dahati panditaha.
Pasham dahati panditaha.
Sa eva maya parimohitatma.
Sa eva maya parimohitatma.
Shariramastaya karoti sarvam.
Shariramastaya karoti sarvam.
Strannapanadi vichitra bhogaihi.
Triyannapanadi vichitra bhogaihi.
Sa eva jagrat paritriptimeti.
Sa eva jagrat paritriptameti.
Swapne sajiva sukha dukkha bhokta.
Swapne sajiva sukha dukkha bhokta.
Swamayaya kalpita jivaloke.
Swamayaya kalpita jivaloke.
Sushupti kale sakale viline.
Sushupti kale sakale viline.
Tamobhibhuta sukha rupameti.
Tamobhibhuta sukha rupameti.
Punascha janmantara karma yogat.
Punascha janmantara karma yogat.
Sa eva jivaswapiti prabuddhaha.
Sa eva jiva swapiti prabuddhaha.
Puratraye kridati yascha jivaha.
Puratraye kridati yascha jivaha.
ततस्तु जातं सकलं विचित्रम्
ततस्तु जातं सकलं विचित्रम्
आधारमानन्दमखण्डबोधम्
आधारमानन्दमखण्डबोधम्
यस्मिन् लयं याति पुरत्रयं च
यस्मिन् लयं याति पुरत्रयं च।
Yeah.
धन्यवाद।
So we are studying Kaivalya Upanishad from the Atharva Veda. So we spent some time where the teaching started from Atmanam Aranim Kritva. Then we spent some time talking about Maya. Maya is brought in because if I see things different than what they are, because Vedanta is an analysis of realities. If you want to explain what Vedanta is to somebody, or at least Advaita Vedanta, it is basically analysis of realities. And it is not like the scientists' analysis of realities. Scientists also, we have to give credit to them. They are focused on reality. What is what? How do phenomena work? How can I crystallize phenomena in a form of equations, in the form of a model which I can use to construct better things, build more sophisticated equipment? Okay, like that the person thinks. Here also, the pursuit is the same. Pursuit is for truth. But the scientist is wading in the field of anatma, whereas this person is an adhikari. The person who is studying the Upanishad is an adhikari who has understood the limitations of this wading in the field of anatma. Once that limitation is clear, that person becomes an adhikari, and which in the beginning itself, the Upanishad, if you recall, had indicated the adhikaritvam of this Ashvalayanaha, who is a student, if you recall. And Brahmaji is teaching Athashvalayanaha Bhagavantam Parameshtinam Upasametyo Vacha. And Paratparam Purusham Yati Vidwan. Like that, he said, Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogat Avaihi. So all those things we studied. So some adhikaritvam was mentioned there. And so that adhikari is now saying, I'm going to use what I learned in Anatma Vidya. What did I learn in Anatma Vidya? I became a master of many skills. Okay. But then that is not what the Shastram is looking for. Everybody is mastering skills, all right. But what did you become of what you do? That is the question. A famous statement that, what is this? Read AI meeting notes is requesting to record this meeting. Oh. So, we spent some time discussing on Maya. Why is Maya important? I was trying to explain. So, because Advaita Vedanta brings all our pursuit together and then looks at the whole pursuit as that the whole world, where all human beings are engaged in, as something that is to be attained by karma. I do something, I get karma phalam. I do good things, I not only get some things to see right now, but I also have, what is this called, adrishta, punya phalam. And so I accumulate a lot of punya phalam, and then I use that to go to heaven. This is the common idea. There in our Shastram also. In fact, our Shastram only first talks about heaven. Otherwise, there is no, all these people have copied us. So therefore, we have Swarga from God knows how long. And so, that Swarga Palam is Anityam. And this is what Advaita Vedanta says. This is a breath of fresh air. For adhikaris, it will be a breath of fresh air. Because now you are talking something. Now there is a finite entity, and finite input can only produce finite output. And so, regardless of how far away Swarga is, and regardless of what kind of punyam I have, your stay in Swarga cannot be forever. So, this whole idea of eternal heaven and therefore eternal hell does not exist in Advaita Vedanta, or to put it differently, they are negated in Advaita Vedanta. So then what am I left with? If you take away heaven from me, then what is there? It's unnerving for all. We're also religious people, very religious people. And so then we say, what is left is you. This is it. Ishvara is left and you are left. Okay. And so that you, Atma, is being talked about. Brilliant pursuit. Therefore, then why did I confuse myself the way I am confused? A Maya Parimohita Atma has to be talked about. Okay, that is why Maya is a big topic in Advaita Vedanta. And so I'm hearing some. So we talked about Maya, that which makes the impossible possible. Ya Maya sa Maya. Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. Okay, so we don't have to scratch our heads. What is this making impossible possible and all? Hey, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Snake rope is an example we give. But you walk in the railway station or airport and then you say, hey, Vivek, you call the person, you tap on his back, and then he's not Vivek. You apologize to that person. What happened? I thought you were Vivek, my friend Vivek. Okay. Well, you are not my friend Vivek. Why did you think you are Vivek? Well, that is Maya. So I got confused. Why did you get confused? So all these things are happening. So in relationships, this is constantly happening, especially in close relationships. This projecting things on people which they don't have. I've been married with you for 30 years. You have not understood me yet. So that means what? Why? Why should 30 years not enough for two people to understand each other? Not possible or what? How many more years do you need? No, this is how it is, unfortunately. So constantly projection is happening. This is going on. I expect something, I don't get it, then I project something else, and it goes on and on. So Advaita Vedanta is making things clear for us that karma is useful. Karma is extremely useful for what? For getting whatever limited things I want, food I want, yeah, you have to apply karma. Advaita Vedanta cannot feed my stomach. Swamiji says that. Long ago, I remember he said that. Advaita Vedanta cannot fill your stomach, unfortunately. Or fortunately, doesn't matter. We don't have to make a judgment. But a jnani, if the person goes hungry, that person will not complain. One less person complaining in this world. Okay? That person will find a way to survive and life will move on. But so, that's what Advaita Vedanta does to a person, to humanity. So now we are in this sloka number 13 or 14, depending on the number. Punascha Janmantara Karma Yogat. That is what we were talking. So, having talked about this, Avasthatrayam is being analyzed, right? This Upanishad is talking about. So, it's arriving at the reality by analyzing the three states of experience. Who are you? Are you a waker? Are you a dreamer? Or are you a sleeper? Like that, if somebody asks, answer is no. I am, when I'm a waker, I call myself a waker. That is okay. You're wearing a hat at that time, you're playing a role. But how can you be the role? How can anybody be the role? In a drama, people are playing so many roles. Nobody is going to confuse themselves after the drama is over. They just shed off the roles and then they come back. They become the Mr. Actor over that Amitabh Bachchan or somebody else they become. No confusion is there. But here Shastram says these are all roles that we are playing. And so, and thereby try to know who we really are. And Shastram is going to talk about that. And so, what happens? Dream is good. Dream is the starting point of the analysis because dream is where a whole world is projected. And so, for a Vedanti, this becomes very interesting. Analysis of the dream becomes interesting. We're not interested in how the dream actually got created. What should I learn if I have bad experiences in the dream? What does it mean, Guruji? And then if I have good experiences in the dream, does it mean good times are going to come for me? We are not doing this kind of analysis. We're not analyzing all that. We are only saying, hey, the dream is like this. Look at this. The dream, I am the subject in the dream, and the entire world is the object. Object means object for transaction. There is so many not I's there, and I am also there, and I am interacting with all these not I's. The not I is called object, I is called subject. So the subject object division is there. And guess what happens? When I wake up, I say it was all myself. It was all myself. And that means what? It was all me only, and in that me, I managed to create a subject object division. Somehow I created and I started interacting, and I started feeling happy and feeling sad depending on the interaction. So this nice subject object division got created in dream, when in reality it is all I. The whole world, dream world, came out of me, I. Okay. And now Shastram says, waking world, what happens? All right, I from dream I went to Sushupti, deep sleep. Deep sleep, not even the dream subject object division is there. Not even the world subject object division is there for me. No subject object division at all. Okay. Atma Anatma Bheda is not there at all in Sushupti. And then the moment I wake up, now I have the quote unquote option. Who am I? Well, I am who I was before I went to sleep. And so I wake up and everything comes back in a rush. And then my ahankara just takes over. I'm reminded of who I am. And there is no amnesia about that. I remember who I am. Full, the entire biography I remember, autobiography I remember my family, I remember my home, everything I recognize. That's it. The entire subject object setup is created the moment I get up. Correct? And so the Shastram says, hey, if you dismiss the dream world, if you dismiss the dream world just by saying it was all I, even though there was a subject object duality, Dvaita is there in dream. And you wake up and say it was all Advaita. Aha, just like that you say it is Advaita. Ahameva Sarvam. Okay. How do you know this world, waking world, where you are transacting is not similar in the final analysis? How do you know? Like that, the Shastram is guiding us compassionately towards that. How do you know this world is not mithya? Dream world is mithya, you dismissed. And then this waking world also, the same subject object duality is there, and you are transacting. And you might say, no, dream is fleeting. It happens only for a few seconds or few minutes or few hours, whatever it might be. But after that, I'm awake. Okay, fleeting. All right. This is much longer. All right. Much longer. Where, in which book does it say much longer means absolutely true? In which book it says? It doesn't say. Nowhere it says. Even the scientists will not agree that this is all absolutely true. Okay. Nothing. Even I mean, scientists, when I say all the science, the subject of science. And so it is not that that stretch is a universal mistake everybody makes because people don't know better. That's why we make the mistake. And so you can now understand why understanding this mithya is so important. Mithya is such a central topic of Advaita Vedanta. Okay, that is why Puja Swamiji always has a pot under his table, and sometimes he will have one small pot and a big pot also. I don't have small pot, big pot, but I have a pot. This is pretty good actually. This is helpful for me. The small pot, big pot, he has, you know why I think you can guess. Because the small pot looks at the big pot and says, look at him. What broad shoulders he has. Look at me. I'm so puny. And why did God create this kind of body for me? Correct? And what kind of, I don't have any job satisfaction at all. And everybody is, even Guruji also is picking up the big pot all the time, and small pot only occasionally he picks up, and I don't have job satisfaction at all. Okay, this is what the small pot is thinking. Big pot, you ask what is the problem? He has his own set of problems, own set of problems. Look at the small pot. He is able to go in between small spaces. I am not able to. The doctor is saying I have to cut out all this oil and fried foods and all that. And the small pot doesn't have all these problems. Why me? Why diabetes me? Why blood pressure me? Like this guy is afraid and sad. So that guy has to be told. Both guys have to be told the same thing. Same thing. Hey, this small pot, big pot, they're all roles that you're playing. It is mithya. Mithya means that potness, it depends on clay for its potness. Clay is what provides the entire satyatvam to the pot, existence to the pot. Even for you to say I'm big, I'm small, you need the clay. And your whole existence is clay. Your whole essence is clay. Like that, these parts have to be told. And so that Satyam Mithya is so important to understand. And once I understand Satyam and Mithya, then I can calibrate my response. For something that is unreal, I will not respond to much. I cannot react to something that is unreal. Okay. If I know it is unreal, my reaction will drop immediately. My seriousness about that will drop, like going to a movie. If it is unreal, I know I can enjoy the movie when it is unreal. Maybe there is a message to be communicated from the movie. I'll focus on the message, not on all the people, nice people that are dying in the movie. Okay, there is a plot there, but beyond the plot, it's not real. I know that my life will not be governed by a movie. The values in the movie can govern my life, but it's all unreal finally. And so, like that, I become, even a child knows this. All these children are playing in the house and they're coming in and going out. In India, this happens all the time. In every place, it happens. And then there is on the teapot, on the table here, there is an apple, just one apple, not a basket of apples. There's just one apple. And these children are running and playing hide and seek and this and that. And one child comes and looks around and picks the apple and then bites it and finds that this is a plastic apple. It is they make all these objects, they look so real, and then it immediately knows, oh my god, this is not real apple, and quietly keeps it there and walks away, no longer any more interest in that apple anymore. And they play around, another child comes in and does the same thing, bites it, and then because nobody is watching, and so bite it, and then Sorry, this child also came to know that it is unreal. It's not real apple, let's put it that way. And no child is interested in it, anything that is unreal. And in fact, they play games with unreal things, like the unreal plastic lizard. My God, there's a time when they used to throw all this exactly looking yellow, this creamy looking creature, and then you just throw it, and it's made of rubber also, and it has nice legs, and it looks also looks exactly like the lizard's legs, and you cannot but fall prey to this game, and you just jump, and so at least first time you'll jump. so so they make use of all these unreal things, but now, so at least we can say, I know that the dream is unreal, okay, not as real as it appeared to me at that time. And so, we're all jnanis, enlightened people when it comes to dream world. That much we can all say. We can all shake hands and say, hello, enlightened. We're all enlightened. At least we are not confused about the dream, we can say. And so, our Shastram stretches our understanding a little bit. And so, Swami Viditatmanandaji says, how much emotion can you invest on an unreal thing? Emotions can be there, but emotions cannot drive us to make decisions. Emotions are there for us to tell us something, it can signal things to us, but it should not be used for more than that. And so, therefore, this 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 Jagrat Prapancha, waking world, is really fundamentally, in the final analysis, no different from the dream world. What a bold statement it is for a person to listen to something like this from the Shastram. And in Atma Bodha, Shloka number 6, you may want to note that down. Atma Bodha, Shloka number 6. I quote it periodically. These are all beautiful shlokas to remember. Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha. Samsara swapna tulyo hi. Hey, this samsara that you are talking about, that you are worried about, swapna tulyaha. Swapna tulya. It is like swapna only, swapna prapancha only. Okay. Uh, Raga Dveshadi Sankulaha means what? All the problems I have in the waking world, so Raga Dvesha created by the Raga Dveshas. I like this, I don't like this, and therefore, but then I get what I don't want, I don't get what I want, and therefore I suffer. So Raga Dvesha the Sankulaha. Swakale Satyavad Bhati. Swakale. In the dream, when I am very much dreaming, and at that moment, Swakale, Swapnakale, Satyavat bhati. Satyavat means like real. Bhati appears like real. I have no choice. I have no choice to but take it as real. Like that Shankara says, beautiful shloka there. And Shankara writes another shloka called Dakshinamurti Stotram. These things, Advaita Vedantis must be on top of all these things. So I'll see sometime when we have time, we should ask somebody to teach all of you to chant Dakshinamurti's Ashtakam, just 8 mantras. Every day you chant, I tell you, it just does wonders to all of us. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. First shloka. he's saying, he's saying, the world is like what you see when you hold a big mirror in front and you see lot of things in the mirror reflecting all the things behind you. Hey, keep a big mirror, you can see all the things, all the houses, all the buildings, all the vehicles, everything can be seen in this mirror. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari.
तुल्यं
Darpana
निजान्तर्गतम्
तुल्यं
Darpana
निजान्तर्गतम्
Drishyamana Nagari. Wait, please. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari. Okay. So that Nagari, it is a Nagari means city. You are seeing a city But you know very well, this city is not the real city. He is talking, even though he's talking about the city in the mirror, and the outside the mirror also, it is somewhat like that only. Like that Shankaracharya says, Tulyam Nijantargatam. Nijantargatam. It is like Nijantargatam. It is created, like the dream world is created by you. Nobody was playing a role in creating this world, but you created the world and you mistook this world to be something outside you. Nijantargatam. Hey, it is really speaking inside you. Pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivodbhutam yatha nidraya. Atmani mayaya. Hey, by maya, by the effect of maya, that whole world that is actually in Atma itself. Everything, every part of the dream world is Atma. And finally, every part of this waking world also is Atma. Pashyan Atmani Mayaya Bahiriva. In dream, come back to dream. Bahiriva means what? Bahiriva. As though this dream world is outside me and I am confronting this dream world. This confrontation is what is causing problems. Bahiriva Udbhutam Yatha Nidraya. Yatha Nidraya. Yatha Nidraya. He's saying, just like these are all, whatever I said is applying to that dream world. Outside world is no different. This Upanishad is also going to say that shortly. Shortly, it's going to say that. Okay. Then what? Yatha Nidraya. Um,
Yes, Sakshat
yes,
Kurute
Sakshat.
Prabhu.
Thank you. Yes, Sakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye. Prabodha Samaye. Okay, this mantra also. Prabuddhaha is there. Remember that. Prabuddhaha. Sa eva jiva swapiti prabuddhaha. Prabho yes sakshat kurute prabodha samaye. Prabodha samaye. When I wake up from the dream world, yaha sakshat kurute. Yaha Paramatma. That Paramatma which enables me to now become aware of a world. Okay. Swatmanam evadvayam. And that world happens to be yourself alone. There is no reason you can give to say that this outside world is different than Atma. There is no possible reason you can give. Scientists also cannot give a reason. So far, they have not given. They are approaching. They have not found out what is it that they are approaching, looking for. But they cannot say. They cannot say that the essence of the world is different from the essence of myself. They cannot say also. That is why Advaita Vedanta is a joy for people who have studied well and who have thought through. Studied well means what? Who have committed to knowing things. That's what I mean, studied well. Studied well doesn't mean got big degrees and all. No, no. Studied well means committed to knowing things. And they will now enjoy this kind of presentation by the Shastram. And Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye, like that, Shankaracharya reads. Hey, Tasmai means what? To that Paramatma who is not different from me, who is manifest as this world, Bahiriva, as though it is outside of me. Indeed, it is outside of me when I consider me as this body, mind, sense complex. Indeed, it is outside of me. But where is the line between inside and outside? Show me the line. Inside, outside. I am inside the house now. They are all outside the house. The tree is outside the house. Okay. You have to put a you have to put a reference house. Then you can say in out. Then you change it. I am inside the building. I have to say I am not in the house, but I am in the building. I am in this city. Okay. I am in this country. You are outside the country. Like that, you keep on changing the reference, and based on the reference, there is inside, outside. There is no such thing called inside or outside. Absolutely not possible. Who draws the line? Acharya says Bahiriva. How beautiful it is. So that Paramatma, Dakshinamurti, the one who teaches this to me, to all of us, is called Dakshinamurti, my dear friends. Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye, Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Gurumurtaye. He is saying Dakshinamurti is my Guru. He's taken the form of my Guru. So Dakshinamurti becomes very important for Vedanta students because she is now teacher. Shiva taking the role of a teacher. Like that, we can appreciate. And this, by the way, this another song I quote all the time. Telisite mokshamu teliyakunna bandhamu. If you know it, you got moksha. If you don't know it, bandhamu. I am bound. Telisite mokshamu teliyakunna bandhamu. Annamacharya, look at what he says. Kalavantidi batuku ganunikini. Like that. Ganunikini, he says. Kalavantidi batuku. This batuku, this samsara is kalavantidi. It is like a dream. Kalava means dream in Telugu. Correct? So, for whom? For whom is this waking world like dream? For whom? Ganunikini. Ganunikini means for wise people. Annamacharya. Just recently in the last century it was written. All Vedanta. Look at that. తెలిసితే మోక్షము తెలియకున్న బంధము తెలిసితే మోక్షము తెలియకున్న బంధము కలవంటిది బతుకు ఘనునికి తెలిసితే మోక్షము. Same thing, same idea people have picked up, and they're all jnanis. They're not composers and all. We say composer and this and that, and they are just they know a lot more than what they are saying, you know. So so therefore yascha jivaha puratraye kridati yaha cha jivaha. What about this Maniprabha? Did we look at Swapiti? We saw that. And so punascha janmantara karma yogat sa eva jivaha swapiti prabuddha. We saw all that. Okay. So after that deep sleep, the person either goes to dream state or wakes up from sushupti. We saw that. Puratraye kridati yascha jivaha. Puratraye, you can easily understand. Puratraye, in these three cities that jiva plays around. Place means sports. Means that is where, that is all life is in these three cities alone. But how can three cities? Pura is an important word here. That jiva is playing around in these three cities. Hey, I am in Coimbatore now, then I am in Chennai. Tomorrow, yesterday, before yesterday, I was in Bangalore. And so many places I visited. So that means what? Hey, how can I confuse myself to be the city I am in? Because I am not the city, I am able to go wherever I want. I am going. And so Puratraye Kridati, immediately the Shastram is saying, hey, you are the one who is moving around in these three states like this. So you can't be the state. You can't be the role that you are playing in a particular waking state. You can't be the role. You can say I'm playing a role. I'm playing the role of a sleeper. I'm playing the role of a dreamer. I'm playing the role of a waker. That's refreshing. Puratraye Kridati. And look at what Maniprabha says. He introduces this. Puratraye Kridati, he is introducing it by saying, you know what he's saying? Idanim Jiva Brahmanoho Aikyam Aha. Now Upanishad is telling the identity between Jiva and Brahman. Like that. He's introducing, he's not explained yet. He's just saying, Upanishad is introducing. Look at this. Okay, that is why we need all our acharyas to teach us all these things. Well, I don't see any Aikyam, but he's saying Aikyam is there. Hey, Aikyam is there because this Yahacha Jivaha is there. The Jivaha Puratraye Kridati, I can understand. But Yahacha Jivaha. Yaha, let us see what he says. Puratraye Stula Sukshma Ajnanakhye Shariratraye. Yeah, Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirakye. Ajnanakhye means called as Sthula Sukshma Karana Shariram. That is a Puratrayam here, according to him. I said Puratrayam is 3 states of experience. Here is saying Puratrayam is the 3 Shariras. Okay. Both in Viveka Chudamani, last class we saw there is a Shankaracharya is doing a one-to-one correspondence between what? Waking state and Sthula Shariram. Jagrad Avastha and cross body. Then he is doing a one-to-one identification between the Swapnavastha and Sukshma Shariram. I hope you recall from Viveka Chudamani class. Okay, and then this Karana Shariram, or rather the Sushupti Avastha and Karana Shariram identity was made. Why identity was made? Look, in dream and deep sleep, the physical body is as good as non-existent. I am not aware of it. So the physical body is only active in the waking state, Jagrada Avastha. Therefore, Jagrada Avastha and Sthula Shariram are connected with each other. We can talk about Sthula Shariram only in Jagrada Avastha. Then what about Sushupti? What about this Swapna Avastha? Well, Sthula Shariram is not there. Then Sukshma becomes the king. And so the all dream state and all is all only pure Sukshma Shariram operating. Okay, mind especially. And so those two are, what is it? There is a connection made between the two. Then Karana Shariram and Sushupti Avastha are connected. Even the mind is not functioning in Sushupti. Sukshma Shariram is functioning, but not for any. Functioning means what? Mind is not functioning. Sense organs are not functioning. Karmendriyani not functioning. Really speaking, Sukshma Shariram is not functioning. Prana and all is there. That's why we can't say completely not functioning, you can't say. The body is just maintaining. Enough for me to get up in the morning. That much it is maintenance. Just maintenance activities are going on. And so, Karana Shariram, when did all this mind go? Mind did not go anywhere. Mind is not operating. That's all. In fact, you can't even say where the mind is. When the mind is not operating, where is the mind? It's not brain. Brain is not mind. The mind has gone into this avyakta avastha, avyakta rupam. So it is unmanifest. It has become a seed, as it were. We saw all that before. And so here he is saying, for that Puratraye, Maniprabha is saying, Stula, Sukshma, Ajnanakya, Shariratraye. Means Shariratrayam. You all know what Shariratrayam is. The 3 bodies, and in that 3 bodies, Kridati. Through this 3 states of experience, Kridati. And Kaha Kridati? Jivaha Kridati. Not only Jivaha Kridati, Yaha Cha. Yaha Cha. 2 people are playing. 2 people are playing? What is this? Suddenly you jump from 1 to 2. Okay, let's see what he says. Okay. One. Yaha. Look at Maniprabha. Prasiddhaha Paramatma Eva. Prasiddhaha Paramatma Eva. Hey, all of us know. Paramatma, Prasiddhaha, the most famous is God is the most famous. Whether people are atheists or theists, they're all the most famous. Their point of contention is Bhagavan. And so, most famous, Prasiddhaha, Paramatma. That's it. Yaha is Paramatma. Cha Jivaha. Cha. Look at our Maniprabha. He's saying Chakaraha, Evakararthaha. Hey, this cha means and, all right, but it can mean so many other things based on context. One of the things cha means is eva, in the sense of eva, alone, only. The Paramatma, who is none other than Jiva. Evakararthaha. Okay. And so, the Jivaha. What, who is Jivaha? Is also Paramatma? Yeah, but here Pranadharakaha. Pranadharakaha. The Jiva means the one who's been carrying me all along. And that entity who holds this prana together, for whom this prana is meant for, this body, mind, sense, this whole setup is meant for. And that setup, including the world setup, that is also meant for this Jiva only. And so, Pranadharakaha. So look at that. Mahavakyam has been introduced here. Okay. And that is the Upanishad's way of doing things. And so we have this Jiva who is none other than Paramatma, Puratraye Kridati. Okay, Puratraye Kridati. Tataha tu jatam sakalam vichitram. Tatahu tu jatam sakalam vichitram. Now bold statements are being made. Sakalam vichitram tataha jatam. Okay, in the dream state, vichitram sakalam jatam. Jatam is born, created. What is created? Vichitram sakalam jatam. This wondrous, this most magnificent sakalam means the world. Sakalam jagat. All the different pieces I see in my world, all the different things. Different. Everything is different. That is called sakalam. Tatastu jatam sakalam vichitram. And he says, don't stop with this dream world. That is fine. This everybody knows. Don't stop with that. Put yaha paramatma. Waking state is no different from this dream state. Means what? It is not like when I wake up, I am creating this world. No, it's not like that. World is there. Even while I am sleeping, this world is very much there. But this world as separate from me. Okay. World is separate from me. Nowhere it is written. If only this Jiva has to come and decide what is this world, what are all these things, who are you, who are me, everything. I have to make some conclusions about it. When I wake up, I begin to make conclusions. And some conclusions are universally wrong. That's what he's saying. When I wake up, Sakalam Jatam. Everything I know about myself and the world, just Jatam, it creates. And I feel the world is there. All my ideas are now created, including all the wrong ideas. What a cryptic way of just putting everything in. Suddenly Mahavakyam is coming. Okay, let's see what he says. Tataha tu tasmad eva. Tasmat eva. Kasmat eva. Tasmat means from that. From that means what? Okay, from Atma. From Atma. Or from Paramatma. Yasmat. Yaha is there. Paramatma. Jivaha is there. Atma. So tasmat eva. Sakalam vichitram jatam. He says, Nikhilam. Sakalam means Nikhilam. Vividha karma nama rupam. Vishwam. Vishwam. So that Vichitram is called as Vividha karma nama rupam. Vividha. Variety. So Sakalam Vichitram jatam. Maniprabha says, Utpannam. Utpanna hua. That which has been created becomes created. Utpannam. Tasmat. Tasmat means what? Tasmad eva jiva bhinnaha paramatma. Tasmat. From that paramatma who is not different from jiva, Maniprabha is saying. Not different from jiva. Okay. Tu. Tu. Tu means, tu again has many meanings. Many meanings. Natu anyaha. Natu anyaha, he says. Means what? Hey, that jiva is not different from paramatma. And is not anything else. Don't come up with your own idea of Jiva and Paramatma. Jiva and Paramatma are identical. Natu anyaha. Like that he's saying. Okay. So, having said that, Tatastu jatam sakalam vichitram. Now, who is this Jiva? Then tell me who is this Atma and Paramatma and all. Okay, that is being said next. Adharam, Anandam, Akhanda Bodham. Adharam. We've seen this before. आधार, सबका आधार है, परमात्मा सबका आधार है। और वो जीवात्मा, जीवात्मा भी का भी आधार है? नो नो, जीवात्मा इज द आधारम फॉर एवरीथिंग एल्स। इज उल्टा, उल्टा कर दिया। सी, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। व्हेन आई एम ड्रीमिंग, I say I am in the dream world. Aham swapna prapanche asmi. Correct? I am in the dream world, obviously. I am one small thing in the dream world. I am sitting there, right there. Okay? That's what I say. When I wake up, what do I say? I don't say I was in the dream world. I say the dream world is in me. क्या हो गया? 180 degrees. ऐसा, is it possible? Is this acceptable? 180 degrees. Opposite statement I make. Okay? So therefore, Adharam, who is the Adharam for what? Atma is the Adharam for the entire world. Okay, that is the Atma. I have to understand Atma as that Adharam. Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam. It's meant for visualization. Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam. Hey Vishnu, Lakshmi, and Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham. Gaganam, like space, all pervasive like space. That Atma, which is all pervasive, is the support of the entire world. That means what? Hey, that is there everywhere. That Adhara is there everywhere, and that's why this is that Paramatma is Atma. That Adhara, which is me, Atma. Matstani Sarvabhutani. We saw here itself in this Upanishad just some time ago. Shloka number 10. Sarvabhutastamatmanam Sarvabhutani Jatmani. Bhagavad Gita. Matstani Sarvabhutani. Everybody, this shows Krishna has also studied this one Upanishad, because he was a student, in Sandipani. Like all of us, he also studied. We should feel good about it. Aha. I am studying what Krishna studied. I'm learning what Krishna told is also there, but Krishna also had to learn all these things. And so that's why he's quoting all Upanishad left and right. Okay. Starting from Kathopanishad. All right. So that Matstani Sarvabhutani, hey, all these things that I'm looking at, Matstani, Tani Sarvani Mastani, they're all situated in me. I am the Adhara of everything. I can't believe my eyes and ears, but that is the truth. I can't believe my ears because I've been thinking, I've been limiting myself all the time for lack of something better, for want of something better. So, what kind of support is it? Is it like this support? Like this, my hand is supporting the pot? Is that the type of support it is? Or is it like this table that is supporting this laptop? Is that the kind of support? Or is it like this, this what do you call this divan that is supporting me? This body, is that the kind of support you're talking about? No, no, it is not like that at all. It is the type of support I know. But suppose I ask you, suppose I have to ask this pot, a pot, a pot. Clay is your adharam. You are supported by clay. You are supported by hand, leave it aside for now. But you are supported by clay, if I have to say. Oh, hey wave, you are supported by water. Water is your adhara. If I say, oh, what is wave? I forgot all about wave. I mean, I forgot all about water. The wave should say, because now the topic is water. I forgot all about water. Instead, I've been playing around, thinking and suffering about things in life. Same thing with this pot also. You have forgotten clay. Clay, that is the source of your very existence, is clay. And here, Upanishad, she is saying, Adharam, your Atma, you are the Adhara, not just of this pot, but the entire world of pots. You are the Adhara of clay. Better understand it. As long as you keep forgetting it, it's going to be samsara, samsara, samsara. Telisite mokshamu teliyakunna bandhamu. Correct? And so, Adharam, that is, sometimes they translate this as substratum and all that. If you understand the word substratum, that is fine. But sometimes, I worked in a biology lab. Okay, my master's was in biotechnology. So I spent hours and hours and days and 3 years I spent in a lab and growing all this bacteria. Okay, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and then this and that, Methalomonas mucosa and all. And you take a little petri dish, it's called. You have to make petri dishes, and it's basically agar. It is some nutritious material which becomes a gel in a circular box, flat container. Half of it is filled with this. Then you quietly take a liquid of bacteria, and then you quietly put a drop of it like this. Or you quietly streak, it's called streak, you have to do like this. Some streaks you have to draw. And then after a day or two, you will find that this little thing will have all these bacteria growing. Like you see fungus growing in the house sometimes, occasionally. Like that. And they call that agar, that the nutritious material, as substrate. I don't use the word substrate for adhishtanam and adharam only because the bacteria is different from the substrate. It is growing on the substrate. It is not the substrate. But because there is that thing, I don't use the word substrate. People are tempted to use the word substrate because you have to translate it somehow. There is a pressure to translate. And I'm saying we will try as far as possible to resist that pressure to translate. Adharam means it is not like the way the hand is supporting the pot. That is also adhara. Laukika adhara, it is there. In this type of laukika adhara, what is the issue? There is the adhara adheya bhavaha is there. This is the supported, which is different from the support. Adhara adheya bhava. Adhara adheya bheda is there. Bheda. But here there is adhara adheya abheda. Bheda. Why abheda? Clay is not separate from the pot. Or put it differently, pot is not separate from clay. If you can imagine that, then that is what you should, that is the meaning of adhara here. Clay supports the pot. Without the pot being different from clay, you cannot separate the pot from clay. But here I can separate the pot from the hand, like this I can separate. Because they are separate. Okay, so that kind of adharam here, adhisthana rupa adharam. And what does this Maniprabha say? Let's take a look. Adhara rajjuriva. He's giving an example. How beautiful it is. Just like adhara rajjuriva. I saw a snake. Then I came to know it is rope. Okay, now you know rope and snake. Just like you can't separate the snake from the rope, just like the rope is the adhara for the snake, like that he's saying. That means what? The entire snake is pervaded by the rope, correct? There is no snake, but if you insist there is a snake, it is all rope only. So rope, every part of the fangs of the snake is also the rope only. The eyes too, eyes of the snake are also rope only. The head of the snake is also rope, and the body of the snake is also rope, and the curvature of the snake is also rope. That is the adhara. The rope pervades the snake. Okay, that is what he's saying. Adhara rajjuriva. How beautiful it is to read all these commentaries. And he gives some more. Sarpadhara bali varda mutrittvadehe. He's saying, okay, rope is the adhara for what? For what is the rope adhara? That example is giving a sarpa, first example. Sarpa means snake. We mistake rope to be snake. Then next, dhara. Dhara is just a stream of water. A stream of water. That's it. Just the water is just taken a shape which just scares you because of all the reflection and this and that. You think it is something else. Dhara. Then Balivarda Mutritvadehe. This bull is there. The bull is urinating. Okay, it's an unglamorous example, but it's okay. We are used to all this. Especially in villages and all, you can see. And you see the cow or bull urinating. And it's a it is shivering, it is shining, okay, and sometimes it appears like a snake, according to this Amaradasa. Adi, Adehi, Adi means there is a earth is there, and then the earth is splitting. There is some kind of a gap between the earth. There is a slight split there, and that split is also, it is tapering. It is thick here, and then it tapers. This is uncanny. It is uncanny. So Adi, he said, you fill up the blanks with your own examples. Adehe Adharam. So this Eva means just as in these examples, Sakalasya Vishwasya Adharabhutam. Sakalasya Vishwasya. Sakalam Jatam we saw earlier. So Sakalam means Vishwam, Jagat, straight, Vishwam. Vishwam Vishnurva Shatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. We can be busy lifelong talking about this. You can see how grand this study becomes. And Adhara Bhutam. So he's saying, hey, this Adhara means it is the essence of the entire universe. It is all pervading essence of the entire universe. Okay, let me carefully saying that. Like the clay is the Adharam for the entire world of clay objects. Okay, like that. Mani Prabha is helping us. And then Adharam. Okay, Adharam is Sat Chit Ananda. In Sat Chit Ananda, Sat, existence. Clay provides existence to pot. The rope provides existence to snake. So that existence is referred to by the word Adharam in this mantra. Sat. Look at the next word. We'll come to Anandam later. Akhanda Bodham. Akhanda Bodham means Bodham is consciousness. Akhanda, undivided consciousness, if you want to literally translate it. Akhanda means Khanda Rahitam. Can't be divided. You can't divide consciousness. Even though we might say things like, oh, this consciousness is here, you consciousness is out there. All right, but what about in between? There is no consciousness. There is no living beings in between you and me. Because our idea of consciousness is conscious being, living being. That is my idea of consciousness. Yeah, okay, that's a good start. It's a good start is all we can say. Consciousness is manifest everywhere. Anatma also, essence of Anatma also is consciousness. But that Anatma does not have the capacity to become conscious of other things. I am conscious of the pot, but the pot cannot be conscious of me. Even though pot also, the essence of pot also is consciousness. Akhanda Bodham. Bodha here means consciousness. What does Mani Prabha say? Ananda Rupatvepi Swayam Prakashaha Ekaswabhavam. Swayam Prakashaha. Let's take that word. Swayam Prakashaha. Self-effulgent. Self-effulgent. Because that consciousness is always there, I can be conscious of anything in this universe. Thank God for that consciousness. Swayam Prakashaha. It is by itself, being independent of anything else in the universe, it is shining. Whether the world exists or not, it is shining. Whether I am asleep or not, it is shining. Whether my relatives are there in this house or not, it is shining. Whether there is a storm or not, it is shining. Swayam Prakashaha. Okay. Akhanda Bodham. Okay. All pervasive consciousness. So he says, Ananda Rupatvepi Swayam Prakasha Ekaswabhavam. Ekaswabhavam means it is Nirgunam. It is always Ekam. And its nature is awareness. Sometimes we use the word awareness. Means that capacity to be aware of things. Awareness, consciousness. It's all synonyms only. And then Anandam. Okay, before we go to Anandam, Akhanda Bodham is what? Sat Chit Chaitanyam. Consciousness. Sat is over. Okay, Adharam Sat. Then Chaitanyam. Akhanda Bodham. Next is going to be Anandam. So Satchidananda is there. Therefore, Anandam. Maniprabha says, Niratishaya Ananda Swarupam. Niratishaya Ananda Swarupam. Ananda Swarupam. Okay. Of the whose essence is Ananda, and it is Niratishayam. It doesn't have anything better than that. Atishayam means superlative. It means it is the. There is nothing greater than that. That is the meaning of Niratishayam. Means what? Means it is not experiential Ananda. The only Ananda I know is experience. It was good. That experience was good. This trip to this particular place was good. Good. This is our idea of Ananda. Good, good. If I say that is my experience, then I am going to heaven. It is not long before I have the opposite experience. Dukkha will also be there. My idea of experience, happiness is Sukham as opposed to Dukkham. He is saying, no, this is Niratishayam. It is the source of Ananda. Nobody in this universe can give me Ananda. You think you mistakenly thought that people are giving me Ananda and experiences, things are giving me Ananda. Things can make your life comfortable, but not Ananda. Can't give Ananda because they don't have a property of Ananda. How can they give Ananda? Only that which has a property can give that property to me. Rose is smelling means, yeah, okay. So it is just exuding that odor to me and I can enjoy it. But I can enjoy it, therefore I am happy, therefore rose is giving me happiness. Aha! Big error. Do you see the jump there? Therefore, I have a rose garden. You can have a rose garden. Beautiful it is. But rose gives Ananda to people. Don't say all that. Rose is what rose is. It doesn't have the attribute of Ananda to give to anybody. All right. That's the discussion here. And so, Adharam, Anandam, Akhanda Bodham, Yasmin Layam Yati Puratrayam Cha. Yasmin Layam Yati. In that same Atma, the entire world that I projected just disappears. Not disappears. Layam Yati becomes unmanifest, resolves. It can't disappear. Resolves. It can't disappear without leaving a trace. Okay, it disappeared all right. The dream world is gone. Disappeared. But where did it go? Layam Yati. Yasmin, that in which, that is that Atma or that Paramatma is that into which the world also resolves. Not just the dream world, but the real world also. Same thing will happen. After so many Brahma years, that also will happen. Okay, that is the idea here. Let's translate it and let's put a full stop through this mantra today. In a good way. Full stop means what? Samaptam. Samyak aptam. Our idea of samyak it is. We have understood it well. We may have to review it again and again, but we have understood it well. So let's translate this. All right. So punascha onwards, we have to translate. Again, because of deeds done in past life, again, because of deeds done in past life, comma, the very same jiva, comes back to the dream or waking states. To the dream or waking states. The jiva who thus sports in the three cities, or better, the jiva who thus plays in the three cities, is the adharam, is the adharam or adhara. The translation says substratum, but I'm not going to use the word. Is the adharam, comma, the indivisible consciousness and ananda. Adharam, comma, the indivisible consciousness and ananda, comma. I think it is better to say this. The jiva who is also Paramatma, we should say that because Maniprabha said Yaha is Paramatma. Swami Paramathananda ji says that, and Viditatmananda ji says that. This is how the tradition teaching is. So why not say that in the translation? The jiva who is Paramatma or who is also Paramatma. Then who plays in the three cities, like that we should say. Okay, you got it? The jiva who is also Paramatma, who plays in the three cities, is the adhara, the indivisible consciousness and ananda, from whom the entire varied diversity, from whom the entire varied diversity has sprung up, has sprung up. And in whom alone all the three cities dissolve. And in whom alone all the three cities dissolve. Okay, shall I read that? Again, because of deeds done in the past life, the very same jiva comes back to the dream and waking states. Full stop. The jiva who is also Paramatma, who thus plays in the three cities, is the adhara, the indivisible consciousness and ananda, from whom the entire varied diversity has sprung up, and in whom alone all the three cities dissolve. Okay? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you. Thank you.
नमो नमः.